it's your girl Dolly Roman, and so, ooh, that was so nasty. Anywho, so this video is going to be a very talkative video. It's going to be basically a life update and a first year LIM confessional. Before I even start talking about LIM, I would like to inform you guys. So basically, I've made the decision that I won't return in the fall. And I'll explain to you guys exactly why in this video. But I will be going back in the spring. I haven't actually exactly spoken to anybody at LIM about this yet, but this is a personal decision I am making. And so the way I'm doing this video is based off of everything that I talked about in my life update when I moved to New York, and my chit chat get ready with me video that I did. And so I had to write notes just in my phone quickly before I did this. So basically, I'm just going to run off of that, and I'll talk about a couple extra things as well. So the first thing I remember talking about in my life update when I first moved to New York was about moving and transitioning to New York. Basically, I still feel the same way that I felt when I made that video. The moving there and the transitioning part was pretty easy. But as time went on, getting used to actually living there and constantly being there and being immersed in New York culture drove me insane. Like, the people in New York are rude as hell. Like, living in New York makes you this ignorant ass person that you really don't want to be, because people are just so rude in New York. Like, I'm rude sometimes, but not as rude as the people in New York. Like, I cursed some lady out on the subway. Like, it was bad. But like I said, getting used to living in New York wasn't so bad, because first of all, like, transportation, everything like that, it wasn't that bad. The only thing that irritated me was sometimes the trains would run crazy. But basically, my mother doesn't drive. I've been catching the bus and catching trains all my life. The only time like I would have a lot of like actual car transportation is with David and with my grandma being here, or my grandfather. Otherwise, I really just get around through walking and taking a bus or taking a train. So that was easy to get used to. A lot of walking. New York is pretty exhausting. Me personally, I do have like medical issues, not extreme medical issues, but I do have asthma, and my body, and like according to doctors, I'm overweight, but 90% of America is freaking overweight, so that doesn't count. But anyway, basically, I would become very tired and wouldn't want to do anything. Like, I will always need a nap. Like, my day-to-day life required a nap at a point, because my body was that tired and I could not function without taking a nap. So yeah, but I still feel the same about moving and transitioning there. Like, and just moving back home, I have a lot of stuff. Like, move out it wasn't crazy, but it was just like, I didn't realize how much stuff I had and how much stuff I had bought like during the school year. So I returned home with more stuff than I had when I went there. And when I left there to go there, I had places for everything. I don't have barely space for anything anymore. Like, it's crazy, especially clothes. Like, that's where my downfall is. So yeah, that's that. So I talked about the classes and schoolwork. Overall, at LIM, I maintain a B/C average. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I love LIM college, don't get me wrong, but the workload is crazy as hell, and I don't understand how they expect their students to maintain it. And this is not bashing LIM anyway. Like, this is the real truth, and any LIM student who watches this video knows I'm not lying. So basically, this is the requirements of LIM. Regardless if you're just entering LIM or you're a graduate student or whatever, like, this is how LIM works. You are required to take about 5 to 7 classes a semester. On top of that, in order for you to graduate from LIM, you also must do 3 internships. I'm not for sure how much it is with the graduate program, but this is for students like continuing their education like me, or just freshmen or whatever. Basically, that's the workload. And when you're taking these 5 to 7 classes, I mean, most of the time they're giving you a bunch of work, and it's not project based. Like, it's not hard, but it's very tedious, and it's very hard to stay on top of getting everything done at once, especially if you're taking 5 to 7 classes. And then you have to realize you're doing an internship. 90% of internships are unpaid, and that's something that we all don't look forward to, because especially you're in college, you want to be making money, you want to live life, you want to have a social life. So yeah, that's one thing I don't like about LIM. I don't like at my previous school, which is a community college, you can take up to how many classes you want, but the required amount of classes to be a full-time student is 4 classes. And I feel like you shouldn't be pressured to take more than 4, because most of the time you can't wrap your mind around having a social life, working, interning, and taking 5 to 7 classes. Like, that's crazy as hell. Like, that is literally crazy as hell. And literally, that shit made me a crazy person. Like, I never in my life felt like so damn out of my mind ever until I went there. So that is the reality of the situation. And I appreciate LIM for pushing their students to do their best and to be the best, but the workload is crazy as hell. And if you can manage it very well, then kudos to you. But me, sister, hell no, no thank you. Y'all can have that for real, for real. So the reason why I'm not going back to LIM in the fall, and why I'm announcing this to you guys, is because, so if you guys don't know, basically when I graduated from my community college, I was short of a credit. The credit that I was short of was for college algebra. So basically I called LIM and I told them, look, when I come here, I'm not going to have my associates because I'm going to graduate short of a credit. What can I do to, you know, proceed on with LIM, and, you know, everything will be just fine, whatever the case may be. They told me it was okay just to take college algebra there. I should be fine, and that way I could transfer back to my previous community college. So the first semester I'm in college algebra, I have to drop it because I have a teacher and I like her, but I can't understand her. Like, her accent was literally too thick for me to understand, and there is no way in hell that I could be failing math if I just passed math at my previous school before I graduated. So I took a step back and I was like, okay. So one day we had a substitute teacher because my teacher was in a meeting. Sorry, I got a drink because this is too much talking. Okay. We had a substitute teacher for like 20 minutes, and literally he taught me better than I feel like she was teaching me. So one day I called academic advisor and I was like, look, if I stay in this class, I'm going to fail and I'm going to have a panic attack. So therefore, I can't do it. So what should I do? They told me drop the class, and I dropped it. So I went in and we did graduation planning. It's basically like setting your schedule ahead so you remain on track and you graduate in time. And it lays out like all the courses that you have to take. So I did that. And then I just took college algebra again this semester. So you guys, and this is what pisses me off, and I'm not trying to bash LIM in any way, I received an F in my college algebra class, and I'm very pissed off about it. And like, I don't want to go on a rant about it because like, I just feel like the grade I got, it's unfair, and I don't believe that I should have that grade. And I feel like if it was a teacher at my previous school, then I wouldn't have had that grade. And I feel like actual colleges make math harder for you, especially when it's a business school, because you need to know math in order to do fashion merchandising or to be in any type of business related to fashion, period. And I feel like LIM's math is just fucking ridiculous, and I don't care what anybody has to say. You can disagree with me if you go to LIM, but for the most part, everybody who I've spoken to told me that their math is ridiculous. and their math is ridiculous, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it and why I failed and blah blah blah. But so I made the decision basically to stay home next semester, work, and go back to my community college and take my math class so that I can finish with my associate's degree. Because I feel like, what the hell did I spend all those years in community college for not to receive my degree? And I'm not going to constantly keep taking college algebra over and over and over with another teacher and fail it again at LIM. Like, no, I'm not going to do that to myself. It already costs too much to go there. So I'm just going to pay out of pocket, and I'm going to go back to my former college and finish and be over and done with this college algebra, and that's that. So that's how I feel. And yeah, so that's why I basically made the decision to stay home this semester. It's nothing against LIM, but personally, I'm not gonna sit here and go obtain another degree and I don't even have my first one, and it's not fair to me. What the hell did I spend all those years in school for? Just not to have my degree? Like, that's not fair to myself, and I'm not gonna do that to myself. So okay, so I'm gonna skip over some of these and then come back. So one of the questions I answered was, am I working? Yes, I am working. I'm back at Rainbow. I'll be at Rainbow for 4 years in July, which is crazy. I've never held a job that long. So yeah, and I was supposed to pick up a second job at a local boutique, but that didn't come through. So I'm still looking for a second job, especially because I'm gonna be home and I just need money because I'm trying to get my own apartment soon, and you know, things like that. So yeah, I'm working and I'm happy to be back at work. It was a hell of a semester not working, but I made it through, and I was fine with not working. I actually had time to, you know, do a little more stuff than usual. So another question, which I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know the answer to, is, am I dating right now? So in my life update, I spoke of a guy I liked or whatever, or I was talking to, and then I was saying how I was talking to a guy before, but that didn't work out. So then in my chit chat getting me, I was talking to you guys about David, and I was telling you guys like we were broken up at the time and blah blah blah. Then there was a vlog that he actually was in, and he told you guys that we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And so to answer you guys' questions, are me and David still together? Oh my god, I hope I don't cry because I'm like super dramatic, but are me and David together right now? No, because of life situations that are going on. Are we still friends? Yes. Are we always around each other? Yes. So are we gonna get back together? Who knows what the future holds. I get sad talking about it. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to cry. This is so dramatic. But are we going to get back together? I have no clue. It's just sad. And I hate crying on camera because David is a big part of my life. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm crying right now. Yo, if he was here, he would be like, you are such a big baby. But David is a big part of my life. People don't know that. We've been friends since we were in middle school, and we always had a crush on each other. So like, it's hard to like talk about the situation, and that's why like I just started crying, because like it's hard to talk about, but like we are still friends. We do be around each other a lot, and like I said, I don't know what the future's hold. I don't know if we're gonna get back together or not, but I can't believe I just started crying. Like, this is crazy. Oh my god. That's how you know you really care about somebody. Like, if you start crying out of nowhere. This shit is crazy. Wow. Anywho, yeah, so like, that's the situation. Like, me and David aren't together right now. And it obviously still makes me cry, but we haven't been together for a while. And oh my god, I'm like messing up my makeup over this crap. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know what the future holds, but wow. I can't believe that just happened. Oh, whoa. I still have tears in my eyes, but I'm gonna keep going. Because, okay. So, another thing I talked about was like, like having depression and anxiety during school. So, I talked about that in my chit chat, Get Ready With Me. And, am I depressed anymore? No. I did have an anxiety attack actually the week of my birthday. It was like the first time or the second time I ever had one. I know like a lot of people get sick of hearing YouTubers talk about having like depression and anxiety, but it is a real thing, and your mental health is a real thing. And that's why, another reason why I'm not going back to school in August is because I don't want to be depressed or having anxiety, because it also affects my health in other ways, and I just don't want to be bothered with it as a whole. Like, I just don't want to be in a state of depression over taking 5 classes again, or like just being too stressed out in school. So yeah, you guys, I really can't believe I started crying. Like, I try not to cry about it, because like I said, we are still friends, we do still talk, like, but I hate him. I hate, if he watches this, he's literally gonna be like, I can't believe you started crying. Like, I might have to call him and tell him, like, I literally started crying just now. This is weird. Anywho, so okay, something else that I talked about in my life update, that me and my roommate got along and blah blah blah. So this is the tea on why I'm not dorming next semester. My roommate turned out to be somebody that I never thought she would have been. We were friends in the beginning of the school year, and then things took a turn. She was doing a lot of things I didn't like, and I'm not going to bash her on camera because she already knows how I feel about her in real life. And so that led us not to speak. We are not friends. She never has to say anything to me as long as she lives. It made living in a room with her very awkward, because at this point, like, I lost all respect for her. And I just wish her the best of luck in her life. That's all. Like, I don't want to say anything mean or rude, but like, I just wish her the best of luck in her life. Like, I don't have anything to say about her. Like, she just turned out to be this person I never thought she would have been. And a lot of the times you don't know people until you live with them, and I didn't know her going into school. I had already picked my own roommate, and she couldn't move in, and I wish I still would have been able to have that opportunity to move in with that person. But even though that I didn't get to, like, we still ended up being like the closest of friends. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, like, you know, it took a lot for me to remain calm in school, and because I was going through a lot of personal family things, and just to, like, it just got to a point where I just wasn't at peace in my dorm, so I would never be there. I would be at home. So that's that, or whatever. But anywho, so moving on to the next thing. What were we talking about? Like, makeup I want. So I got pretty much all the makeup I want, but I do want to get the 2 new Juvia's Place palettes that are coming out. The Magic palette, which drops this Friday, which I'm going to order, and the Zulu palette that comes out June 15th. And I also want to get the Tarte brushes, the unicorn brushes, and I also want to get the Artist Couture Mermaid Fantasy highlight. All I really want for makeup. So music I'm listening to, I'll just give you guys like a sneak peek of what I just put on my phone. My nails look like trash, you guys. I have to get them done on Thursday, excuse me. So this, I like this song. Wait, I don't like it. I know, like, I'm turning up now, but I was just crying. Isn't that crazy? Alright, let's see what else. Oh no, I love this song. If my brother wasn't outside, like, I would have him come sing the song with me. Because he got the dreads too. He's irritating though. Freaking teenagers.